Sharpshooter. We're ready to rock. We're ready to roll.
Welcome back. Welcome back. This is JR Lonelodge with Sounds of the Powwows coming to you from my home res of Concho, Oklahoma. I want to give a big shout out to it's Mother's Day. That's a very honored day for me. You know, I've got a lot of moms that, are surprisingly claiming me all the way across the country, from Texas all the way up into Canada. I want to give let all my moms and my aunts out there know that, hey, I love you guys. Thanks for always being there for me. And for everybody else, happy Mother's Day. It's you can't do anything without your mom. My mom personally, is everyone always laughs and stuff because I always tell her how mean she is, but she had to be, because I was kind of a crazy kid at one time, and my grandfather's in the Marines and stuff, so my mom has that kind of sense too. That's kind of why I went to the Marines. And funny thing is, going there, me and my mom yelling at me so much, it seemed kind of easy. So, but I want to give a shout out to my mom, out there, love you, Mom. Thanks for always being there for me. And to all my other moms out there, all the way up into Canada, all over the place, happy Mother's Day as well. Going through this, it's powwow season. All these powwows just happening. I want to give a shout out to Riverside Indian School. They just had their graduation ceremony. So congratulations to all the new graduates out there, and all the ones across the nation, all of the Indians out there. Congratulations for accomplishments, and hopefully you can keep on going. Make it into college, and all your college graduates. Congratulations too. There's a lot of powwows coming up there. A lot of graduation powwows too. This is the swing of things. We are all the way into the start of powwow season. I've been doing my running, trying to stay in shape, and trying to get back into it. But it's gonna be a good time. I'm finishing up some orders, even finishing up beadwork for my daughter. So it's coming into play. I think I was up till like 2 a.m. So overlook it if my eyes look kind of beady and stuff like that. They're kind of spent. I was like, after we keep beating and looking at those designs, and after a while I was like, I need to take a break. And I've been trying to get into it, and I was telling Hawk over here, I was trying to watch that what is it? The Mayans motorcycle club. It's okay. It's kind of like Sans Anarchy, but it's all right. But I gotta watch something while you're beading. So, but I want to give a good shout out to Hawk Hardigo out here. He does all the work out here. I just show up and kind of do my gig, but I just want to give a shout out to him. All our followers out there, I want to give another shout out to you guys. I think we're up in the 700s now on Facebook, and you can always find us on Facebook. Just look for Sounds of the Powwows. And like I always mention, you make it real simple for you guys. If you want to see the latest and greatest and what is going on this weekend and what's close to you, you can all just go up to the pictures, click on all, go through the albums, and you can see everything that's going on that month. You can kind of scroll through it, and you can share them, you can print them off, and you can do whatever you want. But I'm trying to make it as easy as possible. Now, if you don't see one on that of that's going on, you definitely send it my way. You can either send it to me on Facebook or send it to me on my Gmail account, jrlonelodge@gmail.com. And I'll post up as fast as possible. And if you've got any birthday shout outs, we haven't done any birthday shout outs yet. send them my way, or if you're just thinking of somebody, let me know. I might be able to make a love connection or something that way. So if you saw someone at the Power Grounds, saw them going through Grand Entry, and you're kind of shy, let me do the thing. Let me do my work, and maybe I can make a love connection for you. But without further ado, we're going to talk about some powwows going on this weekend. There's a lot of them going on. So without further ado, let's get into some powwows. All right, so this month would be May 10th, 10th and 11th. You got the Comanche Little Ponies 51st Annual Celebration at Comanche County Fairgrounds Expo Center. This one, it's going to be, Friday. You got 4 p.m. Cedar Ceremony, 5 p.m. Gourd Dance, 7 p.m. Song for CLP. 7:30 you got Gourd Dance, and 10 end of ceremony. Saturday you're gonna have 12 o'clock Gourd Dance, and then after that supper break at 5, and Grand Entry is gonna be at 6 o'clock. MC is going to be Marty Flores. Head singer is going to be Kelly Cable. Head gourd dancer is going to be Danny Nieto. Head lady dancer is going to be Madison Fixico. Head ward dancer is going to be Asa Ace Samuels. And I think, he heads up the OU powwow and stuff. I want to give a good shout out to him. He had a pretty wicked powwow during OU. Brought Northern Cree all the way down there. So give a shout out to him. Also, arena directors Travis Codine and Charles Tahan. So that'll be this weekend out there in Comanche land. All right. Go on with that. May 12th, you have the 2nd annual Cheyenne Arapaho Tribal Youth Powwow Benefit Dance. Gary ERC Building. Gourd Dance starts at 3 p.m. Supper is going to be at 5. Head staff is going to be Marshall Williamson. Head singer is going to be Hulu Watan. Head man dancer is going to be Tommy Trout. Head lady dancer is going to be Alyssa Pineda. Head little boy is going to be Stephen Russell. Head little girl is going to be Mike Joe Walker. Head HE is going to be Rita Pawnee, and arena director is going to be Earl Plumley. So I'll be out there in Gary, Oklahoma. Also, Mother's Day weekend, Sunday, May 12th, you also have the American War Mothers Kiowa Chapter 18th Mother's Day Annual Dance. This one's going to be at the Kiowa Community Building in Carnegie, Oklahoma. All gourd dancing programs going to be 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. out there in Carnegie, Oklahoma. And I was just recently out there, and I kind of posted on my Facebook. I went out there to what is that? The movie theater, and I've always saw these on Facebook. The show dog. I actually tried one out, and they're not bad. If you like onions, it's got a lot of onions on it. The mustard is pretty good, but it hit it on points, and it's not bad at all. I mean, I'd probably get another one if I come back down to Carnegie and stuff. So. Also, Carnegie High School class of 2024 graduation honor powwow, May 12th. Kiowa Community Building, that's going to be, starts at 2 p.m. all the way to 9 p.m. down there in Carnegie, Oklahoma. Also, 2024 spring powwow for the Calypso Tribal of Indians Northern Quest Resort and Casino. That's going to be Saturday, May 11th. Doors open at 11 p.m. Grand Entry at 1 at 7 p.m. MC is going to be Mike Sanchez and David Madera. Alec Bluff. Reader is going to be Justice Cree Sr. Host drum is going to be Black Lodge. So it's going to be up there all the way. Northern Quest Resort and Casino. Also, they also have the 56th Annual Mother's Day Powwow, May 10th, and that's going to be at the University of Oregon, all the way at, Salem Bank, May 12th, Many Nations Longhouse. So another powwow up there, University of Oregon. And going through this powwow flyer, you also have the 33rd Annual Cherokee County Mother's Day Powwow and Indian Festival, May 11th and 12th in Boiling Park, Canton, Georgia. Saturday, 10 p.m. to 7 p.m. and also Sunday, 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. And with that, you also have the Sequoia High School Powwow, Spring Powwow, hosted by the Sequoia Hope Club, Saturday, May 11th. Sequoia Old Gym in Tahlequah, Oklahoma. So another going up there. Grand Entry is going to be at 6 p.m. And with that, the following weekend, this is going to be a good one. This is always a fun one that I've been to. You also have the Manitowoc, May 17th to the 19th. That one is a big one. That's a huge powwow up there in Canada. Also, with that, the flyer I've got right here shows that it's going to have a open to all ages in women's woodland regalia. All participants will be honored with a gift sponsored by the Soldier and Sinclair family. First place is going to be $1,500 and a blanket. Second is going to be $1,200. Third is going to be $8. Fourth is going to be $6, and fifth is going to be $4. So that's going to be up there in Manitowoc. Also, around May 18th, you have the 10th annual Casa Grande Union High School District Graduation Powwow. This is going to be at, Casa Grande, Arizona. And then also you have the 4th annual Teton Powwow, Saturday, May 18th, 2024. And this one's going to be all the way, Central Wyoming College. Pretty keen. So that Manitowoc one's going to be up there in Manitowoc, Canada. I finally found the flyer for that one. And going from there, you also have the honoring of the memorial of Wayne Lawrence Crew, May 18th, Fort Hall Festival Grounds, 9 a.m. to noon. So it'll be up there at Fort Hall Reservation. So without further ado, we're going to talk about this Mother's Day. Like I said, it's always been a fun time. And, even last weekend was a Haskell's graduation. That was always a fun powwow to go to. And I remember a while back, it used to be right around the same time as Mother's Day. But, I think they kind of got off beat on this one. So, but, now it's Haskell's then Mother's Day. But, I want to give a shout out to all the dancers out there getting ready and stuff like that. And, coming up, the powwow season is in full swing. But right now I'm going to take a break, and then after that, we're going to call our special guest. What it is and what it do, people, is JR Lonelodge with Sounds of the Powwow Ground. Like we've always talked about this, this is episode 8. We are on number 8. The Ocho, as they call it. We're rolling strong and gaining traction. So if you got people that you want to see on this show, you want to put them out here, just got, interested in, on who they are, definitely send me their name and stuff like that. And, I'll reach out and stuff, and kind of see if I can bring them on the show. It's kind of a cool thing to actually bring people on here to kind of see, what kind of ideas they have and see what they're going on in life and stuff. Without further ado, we're going to kind of reach out to one of them, our special guest today. Let's just see who it is. Surprise.
Hello.
Good morning. Hey, this is JR Lonelodge with Sounds of the Powwow Grounds. How are you today?
Oh, I'm doing good. How are you, Mr. JR Lonelodge?
No, I'm doing good, brother. Good, brother. This is none other than Jeremy Dearly. So, he is the host singer of Sharpshooter. He's been across the nation, all the way down, my way, down to Oklahoma, all the way up into Canada. He goes crisscross all over the place. And you're actually on the road at the moment. Isn't that right?
Yeah, I'm on my way to Stanford Powwow right now.
Oh, right on. Well, without further ado, you want to introduce yourself to all our listeners out there?
Yeah, my name's Jeremy Worm Dearly. I come from the Twin Cities of Minnesota. I currently reside in Los Banos, California. I'm just on my way to Stanford Powwow this weekend. I'm the lead singer of Sharpshooter Singers. I also sang with Bear Runner Juniors and the Boys. I was the main song composers for the Boys and Midnight Express at one point in my life. I grew up in the Twin Cities of Minnesota. I'm a Lakota, Oglala, Lakota, and Rowley. And my mother is Leech Lake Anishinaabe of northern Minnesota. And I now have a drum group called Sharpshooter, named after my father, Jerry Dearly's his Native American name, which is Shutapi. That means sharpshooter in the Lakota language. So I started our drum group in 2016, and we've been going. This will be our yeah. We've been together 8 years actually of last weekend.
Heck yeah.
And I've been yeah. So I've been traveling all over, and I go to school, and while I'm on the road, and I also attend powwows on the weekend. I'm also a recent graduate of elementary education at the Tunnelton Community College. I graduate May 17th. I'm all done with classes, and yeah, I'm just now powwowing, getting ready to get my powwow season started. Really,
You ain't lying,
we go
brother.
to Stanford. Yeah, then we're on our way to Legends, and then Forebears, and onward from there. So.
You're making me want to quit my job, man. It's like I need to get back on that road, dude. If Forebears is coming up, and I'm like, man, I hear about all these pals. And the other thing is, I have to announce them, and I'm just like, oh man, I should have went there. I could make that one. And I'm stuck at I'm stuck on the job. I'm like this close to quitting. I just wish they say something, So that way I can just jump back on the road.
I wish they would.
Yeah, I wish you would say something. Bet you won't. Bet you won't.
Say so.
Bet you won't. Bet you won't.
Bet you won't.
Man, I'm gonna miss Forebears. Oh, dude, I'm just like, I'm running and getting back in shape. And the cool thing is, man, we've always had that good times together and stuff like that. You come down to Oklahoma, and like I always give a shout out to you and Tay Tay. That's my niece. Dude, her and Emma Cedar, man, they run amok. And that was pretty keen. That one time we had that special when you were arena director and I was head gourd dancer, and we combined our specials for the girls and stuff. And that was a beautiful thing. And I think, man, I think you advertised that, we were, like doing that special for Tiny Tots. I don't think I've ever seen a Tiny Tot special that had that many kids, dude. I was kind of getting scared, dude.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome. They all won some bikes.
Yeah, dude. I mean, the Tiny Tots came out of the woodwork. I was like, good God, there's any Tiny Tots there are. I mean, we had to have finals, bro. I've never seen a Tiny Tot special where we had to have finals.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, man.
Yeah. But it was keen, we got the giveaway for Cedar and Tay Tay, and made jackets for them and stuff like that, and gave away the bikes and stuff. And my mom was helping out, throwing out candy, and that was a lot of candy, man. I always want to thank you for, putting that thing together and, collaborating with me and, kind of putting it together for our girls and stuff. But, going along with, we've traveled together and, going through this, what is, you've been about everywhere, every big powwow out there and, had your time, your spotlight. And with, Sharpshooter going on these days, what is that one epic powwow that you just know you just rocked the house?
My favorite powwows are like, they happen to be like some of the biggest powwows. But I know that when we, it's just the main powwow to get every, powwow season started just happened, gathering of nations, and we happen to put on, probably the most entertaining tie breakers that there have ever been at gathering. I've been a part of, like with the boys and. With in 2011 we got into that would have been our fourth championship in a row at Gathering of Nations.
Yeah.
We won 3 in a row with Midnight Express. But that was an epic tiebreaker there with Northern Cree, and then we got into another one with the Descendants. Was that they were the defending champions of 2020, and then we got into it. They didn't have it in 2021, so we got in 2022, I think it was, and then we got into another one this year, 2024, with the defending champions. But see, these two epic little battles were, like I don't know, with my new drum group, Sharpshooter. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and I think of it as probably, you know, I look at it as, you know, a little stepping stone for all my little younger singers, and getting them all ready to, you know, sing with all these, you know, awesome drum groups that we happen to sing with, you know, and I'm pretty, you know, I want to say I'm really happy to be at my age still singing at this level.
Yeah,
So I say, you know, gathering the nations, and you know, and San Manuel, you know, I'm
that's always a good one
like
too. Yeah.
I'm not that old, but you know, like I think of myself as, you know, like a, you know, I ain't an old G yet. Nah, you know, I'm still young. Nah, but you know,
I'm
I
still
look
baby
at it
G,
as, you
baby
know,
G.
I'm still still baby, baby. Yeah, but you know, like I'm just, you know, like I look at it as, I still look as I'm young, but I'm actually getting, you know, like I look at all these little epic little ties.
Yeah,
I'm like, dang man, I bet I'm part of some good ones of gathering the nations. But I love San Manuel.
yeah, yeah.
You know, those are my two favorite, the ones that I gear up. And we always have our crews. I
Sam.
just didn't never really get to have my whole crew at Gathering the Nations yet.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
like, you know, we always had 7, and we picked up a couple, and, you know, and we still got in those ties. You know what I mean? So, like,
yeah. And
yeah,
Sam
yeah.
Manuel's always a
So,
good one, man, because you know, I've gotten asked, and this is kind of a couple times. I've been asked a couple times to be a drum judge, and man, it's kind of nervous for me because all the drummers keep watching out. They always, you know, like I think they write a list of who all the drum judges are. It's like it is because it's a lot of money, you know, and it's a crazy part. And I know it's very competitive. You know, I do my best to try to judge them, you know, and stuff like that. But you know, it's always you know, I always know those judges, those drummers are watching me when I'm judging. So not only am I watching them, they're watching me.
yeah, no, that's a scary moment. You got to be a drum judge.
Yeah, not for all that money.
I don't be looking at none of those, man. Honestly, I'm just, you look at me, I'm just, everybody says I look all mean or whatever, but I ain't even looking at you guys. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah, you know, that reminds
Yeah.
me of a story, you know, story time, story time. So a long time ago as a kid, you know, when I was young and up and coming, you know, I was one little res kid, you know, I sing with the great, you know, Gray Horse drum, you know, and that was the late Jack Ankew.
Oh yeah,
Y-
okay, Tanaji.
Yeah,
Okay,
oh,
Tanaji. Yeah, over there.
yeah.
Yeah, I remember them. Yeah.
And you know, he had an epic run, you know, of all those Men's Fancy songs, you know, like those you don't even hear them these days, you know, but at that time there's you know, he had a run of all his songs, and you know, all the
Yeah,
singers had
okay,
to
Tanaji.
they
I don't
all
even know that's the word.
yeah, yeah, but all those singers had to know that song. And I remember there was a grown man, I don't know who his name was, you know, I think I was maybe like 13 or something like that. I was just jumping in with them. And you know, it came out to that Men's Fancy
Yeah.
contest song. So that arena director called on us, you know. So we sang that song, and all of a sudden, you know, it got to that very last stop, and that one guy he overbeated, and I saw Jack, and you know, like he took that drumstick and he popped him, and I was like, oh snap, and then I was like, I got real. I'm
Oh,
talking about scared, you know, because next thing is a Men's Fancy, Gray Horse, and we had to sing another song. I put my head down. I was just kind of hitting the rim of the drum. I was like trying not to mess up
yeah.
because I didn't want to get smacked by that drumstick, you know. But yeah, I know how competitive singing is.
Yeah, I know you could be you know, you could be that mean lead singer, or you can be, you know, that. I kind of learned over the years, you know, that I guess all the, you know, not all your younger singers are brought up the same as your older singers, you know. So
Mhm.
I just kind of just, you know, they already mess up. You know, all you can do is go on to the next song, you know, so I don't even get mad no more. But
Yeah,
I remember, like, when I was singing with Midnight Express, you know, like, we would be mad, man. We'd have to say some things,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
because we're like, yeah, with that drum group, we was, you know, we had a whole different brotherhood.
Hmm.
We had a whole different bond,
You
you
know,
know, and then, you know, like, from making my new drum group, it's a whole different story, So,
Yeah, yeah, and it comes
like I got to deal with younger singers.
and
Yeah,
it comes with
I
time.
understand all the hitting the drum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it comes with time,
Yeah.
you start to understand how, things kind of elaborate with go different styles of drum and singing and stuff, And you've been singing so long, and like are you still writing songs and composing songs as well?
Oh yeah. That's all I make almost every song for Sharpshooter. I make I still make songs for other drum groups. I even make southern songs as well.
Oh,
And then
damn.
like I made southern songs. I made if we go back in history, Youngbird. If I remember, I made the first ever Youngbird, first ever song they ever had, like of theirs. And then Kurt Dog and them started, but that was called Wormy Dog on the first Youngbird CD.
All right.
And then and I composed a bunch of other songs for like other southern groups, like shit, newly crowned champion southern style. I made a bunch of songs for them.
That's king,
Yeah, they're
man.
the new Gathering the Nations chants.
It just means you're versatile.
Yeah. But I was just saying it's just because I got a daughter in Oklahoma as well, and I got to go and experience, like the like I sit there and they always look at me when I'm all singing along to the gourd dance. But like when I was, around 18, 19, I was down there in Oklahoma, probably even before that. But I'm just saying, like I would go attend gourd dances with my in-laws there.
Mm-hmm.
They would just go sit there, like they'll just have, like people just have those, hour gourd dances or whatever.
Yeah.
But I would go sit there all day in Oklahoma and sit there and listen to Jimmy Starr. Shit, I was just watching. That's all I want to. I went to go watch him go sing. Honestly,
Yeah.
like he's a loud singer.
Yeah.
Rest in peace to that guy. And then I used to love Southern Thunder, so
yeah,
I would be in that area. Yeah, Shawnee area. That's where my daughter's from, the Kickapoo Sacketbox area.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I was in that area going to random gourd dances. I would always be with the Whoppy Paws. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah,
I love Oklahoma, man. I go, that's how I met you, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah, we kind of grew up together, and I remember,
I'm really glad I traveled everywhere. Yes.
Yeah. And growing up, that's kind of how I started off too, like I remember when I was in teens and stuff like that, and junior boys, we had a little drum group around here in the Cheyenne Arapaho country, and I'm gonna give a shout out to them, the Polar Bear Singers. That you don't hear that name too often. I do have a lot of singer brothers, that I sang with when we were kids, and we had this one little tough drum, and they were the Polar Bear Singers, and it was funny because we had one song, and like, and it was like you kind of see, like the MC would cringe. He was like, "Okay, Polar Bear Singers, take it away," and we were all happy because we sing that one tough song, over and over and over. It didn't matter if it was intertribal contest. You got that same song. But that's how I kind of started off singing. We were trying to get our confidence up, and just kind of build it up. And like shout out to all my brothers that ventured out. They all spun off, and now they have their own drums and stuff. And I just kind of stuck with dancing and stuff. What was kind of your beginnings and stuff like that? How you started off singing?
I started singing when I was like I had a little late start. Like I would always, like my dad, my father, he's my first teacher, and I was listening to him. I was listening to all the old Lakota songs and all the Porcupine songs and all those songs he sang of, all the songs I know nowadays. that are coming in handy. I got to learn from my dad, and I was just learning this in the car at first, because he'd always sing.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the School of Heart of the Earth Survival School in the southeast side of Minneapolis, they had Indian school, kindergarten through 12th grade. Their drum teacher was Johnny Smith of the Red Lake Singers, and he was our cultural teacher. And he would have a thing they would call circle time, and they would start out the day with a flag song, and then they'll end they'll start out the week on Monday,
Mm-hmm.
and then they'll end the week on Friday with the like another flag song and like some social dances, so everybody can go home all happy. And then and I would always build my courage up. And then one time it was a Friday, and I just remembered I would always watch my little brother sing, and I was always jealous in a way, like my little brother, rest in peace, JD, but I would always kind of like watch him sing, and he would be sitting there and he would be leading. So in a way, like I got inspired by my little brother. That drum teacher, he told me to sit down, and I just sat down, and then he passed me a lead, and it was the AIM song.
Oh, okay.
And then that's why I always sing the AIM song with passion, or I don't make fun of it like other singers, because that was my first ever song I ever sang in my life. And all these other singers always make fun of that song, but I'm like, no, man, that's a dope song. Like I'll sing that song with my beats and everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Yeah, that's why. So, anyways, he passed me a lead on it, and I was scared as hell. But anyways, that's all I got. That's all I got to sing. That's all I got to sing was he passed me a lead, and then I led.
Yeah.
And then now that was my kicker, and that was my start, and that's what got me into. And then it just became like addiction. Like everything I wanted to do, I just left that. I left for my mom. Mom, I can lead.
Yeah.
Mom, I could leave. Check it out. No, just in the car, I led all the way home.
Yeah.
Me and my little brother, we just sang. All we did was sing. And then I just got with my drum group, Bear Runner Juniors.
Mm-hmm.
I was the lead singer. Yeah, and all my older brothers were all my singers. Buffalo, Darian, Vinny, G. St. John, Reuben Crowfeather. We all lived on the south side of Minneapolis.
Oh, yeah.
And we all had this little. We didn't even have a drum.
Yeah.
So we asked Crow Belcourt. Hey man, we don't got. I think he noticed we didn't have no drum, so he gave us his bass drum. Those drums that they crank. He gave us a key. Then he gave us that bass drum, and he said, "Here, man, here's a drum." And he just gave it to us, and that's how we started. So that's how we became. His drum group was called Bear Runner, and then that was like a bunch of like my brother's dad and Crow and all his homies. Terry St. John, I think, was on there. A couple other group, singers, Dave Campbell, but we became Bear Runner Juniors, and then we sang in the projects of Southside Minneapolis, and then New Year's Powwow came around, and Hokey and Opie and all them, they called me to they was like, hey, do you want to come sing with us? They recruited me. But I was like, I told my dad, I said, no, man, I was like, I don't want to go sing with them unless my brothers come sing. And then they all got word of it, and then here they asked us to come sing with they asked all of us to come and, basically join forces.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, as a drum group, and that's how we got started as the boys singers.
Yeah.
And then we all got our little red coats, and we had the boys on the back of them. They're little windbreakers.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that.
We became the boys at that New Year's Powwow. And like I said, it was an addiction. I traveled with Hokey and Jim and Bonnie, and that's who I lived with for a summer. My dad let me go live with him, and I went and traveled with him. That's why that's my other family, the Claremonts.
Mm-hmm.
And then like I traveled with them for years, and I sang with them until I was 2000. I think it was like 99 or 2000. I think we commenced, and then from there I started singing with Midnight Express once we got our cuts.
Mm-hmm.
After that commencing powwow, and then me and Opie we got into a conflict with the boys, and then me and Opie just kind of made an agreement. And we just shook hands and we became Midnight Express, and like we was just a pickup drum group, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then, but then I was just like, nah, I just quit singing with the boys, and we just became Midnight Express. And then I sang with them until 2016.
Yeah.
We made all them championships. I shared that, that 3 wins in a row at Gathering. We won Skimitzen, we won Tribes.
Yeah.
At Midnight.
Yeah.
Like as a younger, I won all those championships. And
Powwow rock stars.
Party the Way did the Powwow rock stars.
Yeah.
Got down, made every damn 49, even Oklahoma. I was kidding, Redders 49.
Yeah.
We was host drum at Redders one time too. That was badass, man. Like you got to think about that powwow. Redders.
Yeah, you guys were on point.
Big powwows. Yeah.
That was the time, Midnight was, that was it, when I heard Midnight was going to be here, I knew it was going to be a rockin' powwow, and it still is too, and, just to hear those songs. I still have one of the CDs, and I was bumping it this morning on the way up here to do this podcast and stuff. It's still in my CD, collection and stuff too, man. Man, it's crazy. So going on, with the, the new generation, like that was always the thing, like I remember, everyone always selling CDs and stuff like that. What's going on with how do you get your music out there now these days?
Well, like I haven't made a CD really, so I haven't been putting no, what's that called, no new music out in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
So like when I was with Midnight, I'll pop out a CD every day in summer.
Yeah.
And it was like selling like hotcakes, like we would sell those like, man, those would be like, I would get 500, CDs for myself, and I'll be out and with like a couple weeks, and then I'll have to order more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Those are the days that everyone had like a big giant CD case, in their car. I'm talking about the pages, just pages of different CDs.
$20 a pop. Like $20 a pop, and they were going like hotcakes, like bro. And everybody was always all mad.
Yeah.
I'll just be out there just walking around.
Yeah.
They'll be mad at me because how'd you get all that? How come I can't sell mine? I'll be like, nah, I'm just going out. And that's kind of like how I met a lot of people too, going to, like be sociable. So all you little CD sellers, go out there and sell them CDs. Nah, just kidding. Nah, you can meet a lot of people, but and then but like nowadays, we're moving to those digital download cards.
Oh yeah.
And then we're going half CDs and half digital download cards. Which will be, those download cards will go to your, iPad, iPods, your car. I think you can download in your cars nowadays, so that's why we're trying to move to that.
That's crazy.
Well, but we moved to that with Midnight a long time ago, and we didn't even sell a lot of them because it was like the newest type of deal, right?
Yeah.
And we knew about it long time ago, like. We was on it. We had little bitty download cards with the CD cover on those download cards, and that's what you're buying, is cards. All you had to do is buy those numbers,
Yeah.
So we're selling them for $20. They're just like CDs,
Yeah, yeah.
you know. And then yeah, they were, but they weren't selling, so we just went back to CDs. But now I'm like, yeah, we're moving to those digital download cards now. So
That's pretty crazy how it's changing that way, you know?
Yeah, it's like a new, you know, it's 2024, man, compared to 2014, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Shit, they're going super fast.
So,
you know, like I said, I would sell a few boxes in, you know, like in like a session, you know, and that's 30 CDs in a box is, you know, that's $20 times 30 is $600.
Yeah.
So you'd be making $1,200 a CD if you sold them all. And in Navajo land, you can sell them all like that, like gathering nations. They were going like that. And we went to I think it was a Dulce High School powwow after that, and I sold like 5 boxes too, you know, that next weekend.
Yeah.
So like, you know what I mean? It just depends on where you're at.
So,
you know, like Canada,
they
go like hotcakes too, you know.
So going down the pipe, you know, what do you got coming up for Sharpshooter? What's coming up next, you know?
Oh, we're going to Stanford this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll be on our way to Legends Casino Powwow was at Yakima, Washington. Mm-hmm. That'll be like where we all meet up, all my main singers. That'll be like the kickstart of all kind of our season or whatever. Then we all make our way on over to the forebears and go into, you know, North Dakota territory.
Yeah.
We haven't been there in, you know, a couple of years just due to, you know, we would go there a lot.
Yeah.
Then we haven't been there in a couple of years and we get to go back.
Yeah.
We get to go and show our talents now. Like a couple years ago, we weren't as good as we are now, so I'm kind of excited.
Heck yeah.
And I'm like, you know, I'm looking at it as, you know, like, I don't know, kind of a test for all my newer modeled singers, you know, like.
Yeah.
Then we go on into, I think we're going to take a break or whatever. I don't know, we'll see. And if not, we'll be on our way to Texas, to Livingston.
Ooh.
But I know we're going to Kinder, Louisiana to go and
we'll definitely stop by.
Awesome drum groups, you know. So.
Yeah, definitely stop by when you come through.
20 G's down there, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't been there in a couple of years as well, so.
And you know one thing about those powwows, they're hot.
Yeah, I know that, man. That's why I was thinking about flying down there, you know. So, yeah, I did the drives a couple of years in a row, and it was just kind of, you know, just a little hotter than little hotter than expected.
Right.
Then you guys got those storms going on right now, don't you?
Oh yeah. We, you know, Oklahoma people, we just get out our lawn chairs and watch them, you know. So if it hits, it hits, you know. But you know that we're so used to it this way. But yeah, nothing really too scary lately, you know. I knocked out a couple of my trees down and stuff, but you know, ain't no biggie.
Yeah, that's crazy. I know. I've seen people marking themselves safe for in the storms of the where's that down there? So.
I don't even do that.
Yeah, JR, you better go mark yourself safe, man.
Right. So coming down to it, you know, like you know, you've seen a lot of singing, and you know, you've been through this whole singing world, you know, like whatnot. You know, what can you tell these new singers, up and coming singers? You know, what, you know, kind of some good words for them. You know, what, you know, kind of like I guess a little tutorage for them and stuff. What could you tell these guys?
So I would say to always, you know, listen to your older peers, your elder singers. Don't always take it as, you know, the most meanest stuff that they say to you. It's more like they're trying to teach you things, make you a better singer compared to, you know, like the younger singers nowadays. They take all us older singers and I think we're being more of a, you know, Oh no, it's a different generation. Like I said, I lived in where it was pretty harsh, and we had singers like Terry St. John, my mentor, and he would get mad at you just for a little thing. Then you had you had your bigger bros like Crow, and that would always give you a little bit more harder time. You guys, I look at it as those little young singers. You should listen to all them. They're more of making you a better singer than what you think, than more getting I guess hurt by the words they're.
Yeah, I got you. And like as far as like always presenting yourself, as like something that. Oh, yo.
Oh, sorry. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Did I lose you there for a minute?
Yeah, you're good. You're back on the air. So.
Oh yeah, no, I was saying, just be loyal, and there's not a lot of loyal little young singers nowadays. That's my little thing. Like a lot of them, they want to go and jump on the biggest name drum group right away when you might just have your own best singers right next to you. Always have faith in your own.
Yeah.
And always have faith in your own peoples, your own group. That's all I can say as a main song maker and head guy in my own drum group.
Yeah.
As I have I could say I had a lot of singers didn't really notice, until they really came sing with me. So, like they didn't really, and a lot of those singers went on and they go and sing with all those big name drum groups,
Yeah.
But they always, if they, my message to them is, you should always remember who kind of, gave you that love.
Yeah.
Who always remember who gave you your chance. Who always had that faith in you instead of all that money you got in your mind and your eyes.
Yeah.
It's more about loyalty. And it's kind of about heart.
Yeah.
You got to understand. Yeah, all these big name singers. You are that big name singer. You know what I mean? That's what I tell all my singers now. You got to understand. You guys are the all stars. You know what I mean? Like you can't be giving everybody else all the props.
Yeah.
You got to understand that you're doing your own music. You're singing your own. You're right there with them. You know what I mean? You're singing right there with them dudes. All them dudes that you thought were all the top dogs.
Yeah.
That's what I always tell all my younger singers, because a lot of them they hear that and they gotten way better. You know what I mean? So
that's good.
That's just good. A little tip to all the older singers too.
That's keen, brother.
Give your younger singers all the encouragement they that's all they need.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? All them. Like I say, all the Kenny Merrick Juniors might be right there, right next to you. All the Terry Pascamans, the Terry St. Johns. All them dudes might be right there.
Yeah.
Look at, just like basketball, you got Anthony Edwards and Shea Gildress, all them dudes. You didn't even think them dudes were that good.
Yeah.
All of a sudden they're coming out of nowhere and they're just the best in the league. That's how I look at it, because I'm a basketball player, So.
I know. I mean, Shea didn't give it MVP this year. Darn it.
Nah, he will. He's young, man. That's how I was like.
He should have got it this year.
Guys will get theirs. Yeah, they'll get theirs.
Yeah.
That's how I look at it. Is I always model like all the singers. It's kind of like a basketball team,
You get drafted between drum
groups. Yeah. Like you gotta. Like nowadays people pay. That's not me though. I won't. I'm not that dude to give you a plane ticket or here's a hotel room, or, you know what I mean? Nah, man.
Yeah.
It's mainly about, you know, we're all Native Americans. We're gonna get there, and we're gonna get there on our own. You know, we'll make our way back to. Ain't nobody gonna make you go. You know, they ain't gonna leave you hungry. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's just the way Native Americans are. But you know, that's what I said, man. All these bribings and all this stuff's kind of changing the game. So
Yeah.
you know, I'll just be like, me. I'm old school, man. You come sing, I'm happy, man. Hell yeah.
Well, that's good, brother.
Let's go do this work together, you know? Yeah.
Well, shoot, man.
Yeah,
brother, it's always good talking to you. We always have good times. Our girls, like man, when they get together, like I mentioned, they get crazy together. I remember, man, I remember when they would fight and then they would be best friends and fight and be best friends and. Man, those girls are just crazy, but it's always good talking with you, brother. And I hope the best for you. I hope you do good over at Stanford. I hope you have safe travels and stuff like that. And I want to thank you so much for coming on the air and spending some time with me on this like this podcast. And
I thought it was gonna be just a little bit.
Yeah, it went for a while.
It was gonna be a little bit.
Yeah,
we're on it.
But hey, man,
some good material, I hope.
Yeah, man, maybe like here in a little bit, maybe we'll do an episode 2 with you and stuff like that. Kind of get things a little better range and stuff like that, if that's cool with you.
Yeah, sounds good, man.
All right, man. Well, shoot.
Good.
Think about me when you're in California and get a remember when we had those burritos? Get me one of them carne asada burritos. Think about me when you get one.
Oh, yeah, for sure, yeah. Yeah, I got you.
All right, brother, man.
Enjoy.
Aho. Thanks for coming on, brother.
Yeah, have a good one. See ya.
Well, folks, that is the wrap up of episode 8 with Sounds of the Powwow Grounds with yours truly, JR Lonelodge, here in Concho, USA, home of the capital of the prairie dogs. And, I even saw I guess the workers out here actually feed the res dogs. They were getting fed this morning when I walked in and stuff, getting all plump. So, but, shout out to the res dogs, public announcement. Like I said, they are free. You can bring them up. You can pick out whatever color you want, and you can even name them too. You can do whatever you want. None of them have any shots, but, they're here and they are free. But you want to give a shout out to, the res dogs out here and the prairie dogs. But without further ado, that is the end of our show. And I want to thank everyone for tuning in. Remember, if you got them powwow flyers, send them to me, jrlonelodge@gmail.com, or hit me up on Facebook. If I haven't blocked you yet, just hit me up. Talk to you guys soon. Next episode.